Hello, hello. It's Reverend Black here again with another episode of Satanic Mass with Reverend Black. And we're here with Omar Rodriguez, and we're going to talk about the Medford Metalfest.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro. I know all about that, man. I make videos all morning, so I got the whole spiel down. And we know what's worse is when I know when to not record any more content anymore because I'll feel myself completely gassed out when I try, because my intro is like a 40-second intro, and I say all these things. So if I fumble my words on one thing, like there's been times where I've like done the intro 4 times to one video, and I'm just like, Omar, turn the webcam off.
right.
It's time to go play. It's time, it's like a ritual, man. But hey, what's up, guys? Dude, I'm super stoked to be sitting here with the Rev, man. Dude, I'm so happy to have you a part of Medford Metalfest this year, like officially for the first time.
I'm happy to be a part.
I can't wait to have you interview all these artists. They're all super stoked. We have this. You know what? This year, out of every year that I've done, I'm so excited the most because me, Trent, and Britt are so ahead of the curve as far as being prepared. That it's just the thing is like when you're prepared, there's no need to worry. You know what I mean? So like one of my favorite quarterbacks ever is Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning said he was never nervous for a football game because he was always prepared. And as long as he wasn't lacking any sort of preparation, I feel like that in anything in life, that's where the worry starts coming in when you think like for a test, did I not study enough? Did I not practice enough? Did I not, it's like going up in front of a crowd of people and did I rehearse the song enough? You know what I mean? So it's like, for this festival, man, 2 stages, 14 bands. Our first band ever coming up from Los Angeles. Our first band ever coming up from Reno. It's just so awesome that like with this festival so far, we've been able to hit 4 different states, with Washington being one of them. And it's just it's so great, because like it's a community based festival, and I love Southern Oregon. This is my home, and I think we have such a huge amount of talent in our areas, and it's really cool that we're at our 4th one in 2 years, which for me it's like if you would have asked Omar at 14 years old if he was going to be running festivals, he would have been, and I was like a shy cocoon, man. I'd have been like, you're crazy. So yeah, thank you.
Right on. Yeah, well, I mean, you were saying the preparedness thing, being that this is the 4th one, I can see. I bet you've gone through a lot with dealing with the past 3 to now to where you can understand the preparedness that really does need to go into it, because I'm sure that you've come across a lot of steps in the road, a lot of just different things that have, kind of hindered the process, I guess, but always gotten through it. So, you know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And, you definitely have to learn off each one. And, I was, as I'm hard on myself, I made sure to not be hard on myself because, I feel like with a lot of things in life, you have to jump in head first to really understand how you could improve, because, I feel like perfection is something everybody always strives for, but I feel like it's unreachable. And it's kind of like how, you can't make everybody happy. Just it's just try your best. It's like Mother Teresa said, it's like, if you can't feed 100, feed one person. You know what I mean? So, I had to have that mentality that like, this festival, I, as much as I want to make everybody happy, I know that I'm not perfect myself but we could always strive to improve each festival, and do better.
Totally.
Like our first festival ever was actually supposed to be done in 2020, but then the pandemic happened, but now with, this being all, the first one being all ages, like we weren't prepared, like we forgot to like include something to eat for like kids, and now this year, like we have a kids menu, which we've never had before.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We just have like more accommodations for for all ages, and just different food options for just and also one of the things I'm so excited about this being 2 stages is that when you have one stage, you do have downtime, and when you're having to break down the stage, and then you have to bring everybody up, everybody's walking around wandering. And the thing is, for the 21-year-olds, they could walk into the bar, they can just drink amongst themselves. But for me, what was kind of a lull was that we didn't have any entertainment while they were setting up for like the kids, and I'm super stoked that this time it's 2 stages. So right when the gates open, there's already going to be 2 bands set up and 2 bands sound checked. And in between bands, there are going to be bands setting up on one stage while the other band is performing on the other one. So there's never going to be a dull moment. And having that reason, not only are we having more music action, but we're also able to have more bands. Because the most bands we ever had what was it? It was 13. And it was the very first one. And what's awesome is that the city actually let us go an hour past our permit. We played till 11 o'clock when we were only supposed to go noon to 10.
Huh.
And we went to 11. And the police were cool with us because we were being respectful and following the rules, and everybody was being safe, and nobody's smoking pot in front of kids. Everybody's being respectful of their surroundings, because this is a community festival. But now with the 2 stages and the way we have the all ages set up and everything, all the kids in the family are going to have a more enjoyable time. Because there's a lot of people out there that aren't there to get drunk, they're just there for the music and to hang out with their family. So, my main focus was let's make sure that there's a safe and fun environment for all the families first. And then we take care of everybody else who wants to maybe push themselves a little harder, or have some drinks and all that, But my first goal was make sure the parents are comfortable enough to bring their kids, make sure the kids are comfortable, and there's just a respectful environment for everybody to have a great time,
Right on.
And
makes sense to me.
And I think the heavy metal community is a really respectful community towards families as well and everything. So the last couple times that we had it all ages, not last year but the 2 before, it's just been nothing but just great, just great atmosphere and just great feedback. And I'm just so happy that this year we have 2 stages, and we're just gonna have so much jam-packed action. And this year it's the first year we have our first sponsor this year, like our first big sponsor, and also the communities, because I know you're going to be sponsoring everybody else's. We have a lot of other sponsors, but it's just really great. Yeah, and we could talk about the sponsors whenever you want.
We're here to talk. Let's talk about whatever comes up.
Yeah,
whatever we want to talk about.
So what's awesome about this year's sponsors is that we have some returning sponsors and some new sponsors. The returning sponsors, 123 Stickers. They make our banners, and they're making a bunch of stickers for us.
My banner as well.
Yep. 123 Stickers. They made my last 2 Medford Metalfest, and then they made the Metal Mixtape banner. So huge shout out to 123 Stickers for supporting the Valley. Super great company. Go support them, please. They're super great, super nice, and they'll work with you if you talk to them. This year, we have a fantastic, every year we've had a different photographer. I've always wanted to just have, just try somebody different each time, and everybody's done a great job. And this year we are honored to have, Casey Conemack. So Casey Conemack is an absolute professional, and this guy has taken pictures of some of the most famous people in the entire music industry. And this guy gets booked to go do massive festivals, like the 20 to 30,000 people festivals, all the biggest venues in Portland and just the Pacific Northwest. And he reached out to me and said, dude, I just want to be a part of something big. And I was like, dude, you're doing so many big things. He's like, I know, but in the community. And I was like, that is such an honor, You know what I mean? Because like I was like, I can't afford you, man.
Mhm.
I was like, but he's helping out, and he's going to be taking pictures. He's going to be there all day, taking pictures, and he just upgraded his equipment, so he's going to be doing video too. So he's going to be doing pictures and video of the entire show. And this guy has like a phenomenal camera. He's just a phenomenal photographer. So I'm just huge shout out to Casey for being such a huge part of our team, because I call this a team, I have, there's some people out there go like, oh, Omar, you got to take some credit too. I'm like, dude, like the Ninja Turtles takes 4 turtles, dude. The Power Rangers takes 5 Rangers, then 6 when Tommy came in. You know what I mean? It's like the Expendables are, it's not just Sylvester Stallone, dude. He has Dolph Lundgren, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jason Statham. Like it's a huge team effort. So just super happy to have Casey on. Probably one of the most important sponsors we've ever had in general. My friend Byron Sticky Tips. Byron Sticky Tips. He runs Redwood Metal Fest in Ukiah. And he runs Redwood Punk Fest. He's
the one that did the flyers,
yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. He's one of the biggest contributors to like just the music scene in general, and to me, not only is he just such a great artist and promoter, but he's also like one of my best friends and one of my mentors. I always like to have mentors around me, especially people that have done it way longer than I have, because I feel like it's almost like having senseis, and
it's always good to have somebody to look up to.
Yeah,
with
and
whatever. You're
doing. and in my older years, I've learned that knowledge is power. So it's like the more knowledge, like I'm just addicted to it, and anybody that has knowledge that I want to learn from, I'm quickly to gravitate to those type of people. So yeah, so Byron Sticky Tips, not only a badass promoter, but he's also made all 4 of our flyers for Medford Metalfest, and those are and also, he's made all of our shirt designs, and he's making our shirt design this year. So, and also he blows our flyers up enough to where we can make banners out of them. So, he takes time out of his day. So huge shout out to Sticky Graphics. Go support him. You need flyers, you need videos, you need anything to help. And also he throws shows. Email him, message him. He's a cool guy. I got my brother, my best friend, Rusty Lee, aka Lean Lee from Rusty Dog Prints. He's going to be printing our shirts this year. We didn't do shirts last year, but we did shirts the last 2 festivals. So this is his 3rd time. So we're gonna do a limited run. By the way, we're only gonna do 50 shirts, and we're gonna take requests. And because this is a DIY festival, so I can't afford it. You know what I mean? So I did 50, hoping and I know we can get rid of 50. So we're gonna do a Medford Metal Fest shirts. We're super stoked. We're gonna have the logos in the back. We have a cool design in the front that we're gonna do, which is basically gonna be a leak here. It's gonna be the 4 heads of these guys of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's gonna be them blown up right here.
Nice.
Yeah, so
cool.
yeah, with Medford Metal Fest. It's gonna be super sweet. So huge shout out to
he's looking at his phone right now. That's what he said right here.
Yeah. Oh hey, Brian. Hey Brian, I hope you heard all the love I just sent you, because I just kissed your butt a lot. I love you, man. Yeah, so huge shout out. So Rusty Dog Prince printing out our shirts, he's awesome. Portland Metro Records, they're featuring us in their newspaper and in all their ads from here on out. And huge shout out. It's Shane Ramsey, I believe.
It is Shane Ramsey.
Shane Ramsey. And Shane Ramsey's always been super nice. And he always reaches out, and he always just has such a positive attitude about it. And I'm like, dude, of course.
He did a write-up on me like 8 years ago. Whenever I was,
man, he's been doing it for a minute.
I've been doing it for, well, I mean, I've been doing music in the Valley for, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Honestly, since I was like 16 years old, and I'm 45 now. So,
dude, you're killing it, dude.
A little bit.
I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah. So huge shout out to Portland Metro Records for supporting us. Just super stoked that they're wanting to help, and them reaching out always means the world. Another awesome sponsor that's going to be here for our 2nd year in a row is the Jackson County Library Services, and I'm actually really stoked. They reached out to me. I'm going to be doing an interview with the library. They're going to bring me into the library. I'm going to do an interview in the library.
Nice.
And I'm going to talk with them. And so we're going to promote Medford Metalfest there.
That's rad.
Yeah, super stoked. You know what? Here's the thing. What's cool about having the library, it's like, I don't know if it just hits home with me being a dad, but like anything that has to do with family and just educate.
Oh, fuck off whoever thinks that we need to be blocked for fucking music that's not going on in our fucking video right now. Facebook.
There's music.
That's what... Yeah.
Oh.
Anybody watching, the reason I just went up and touched my damn phone is because a little thing came up that says that our live stream is possibly going to be blocked because of music that we're playing. You guys hear the music? Because I don't. So Facebook can...
That's weird.
Whatever.
But yeah, super cool to have Jackson County Library supporting us. And,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
I like the Jackson County Library quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
I utilize them for a lot of things.
Sweet. No, I like them too, man. When, you know, and they always let people use their computers and stuff for people that need to find work in the valley or, you know, so super cool, super rad. Talking about rad, we have Rogue Action.
It's the Ghosties. Yeah, it probably was the Ghosties, wasn't it?
I hear it. It sounds like Taylor Swift.
That's why. Taylor Swift is fine.
Rogue Action Drone, man. Super stoked. So, super stoked to have Rogue Action Drone. They're going to be doing drone work the entire day, man.
That's rad.
Yeah, and these guys also work with like the drag strips and like the car races and stuff. And I've seen some of their videos, and it's just, oh my god, the quality of these videos are incredible, and the fact that we're going to be able to get a camera from looking down from the top of the buildings. Imagine that from the top of 6th Street, looking down at all these lights and all in the show. Like, oh my god,
that'd be rad.
It's going to be so beautiful. So just beyond honored to have Rogue Action Drone to, dude, like we are just so jazzed about that because like that's going to help us make a promo video for next year, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing.
That's cool.
And of course, Satanic Mass. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I think I brought you guys. I think I already brought
We're doing some
That's
interviews
You Love
with
Again,
the bands and filming
Mm-hmm.
throughout the day and trying to get whatever kind of footage I can get. We'll see. Yeah. I don't have the equipment that these professional photographers have, but
you know what you got love.
That I got.
You got love, brother.
And I actually did. I just picked up a new camera from my cousin sent me a camera the other day to help out with this, actually. She's like, what do you need? I'll send it to you. And I was like, really? So, yeah, it was badass. So
I like it. That's super cool. Our main sponsor this year, Dependable Tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah, they're actually the building that faces the entire festival. It's that big black building with all like.
I know exactly where they're at. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like right when you see the main stage, you literally see Dependable Tattoo sign right above it. So, they reached out to us saying they wanted to work with us. So, I'm super stoked. And also, I'll mention that they're helping us out with a raffle this year. So we're going to be giving out a $100 and a $200 tattoo voucher. And we're going to be raffling those out at Dependable Tattoo, at Medford Metalfest.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's
Cool. Yeah.
And it's a voucher for Dependable Tattoo?
Yeah. It's a $200 one and a $100 one, and we're going to be doing a raffle for those.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
that'd be rad.
And of course, all the proceeds from the raffle go towards festival cost.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not cheap.
Well, also, we're in the middle of downtown.
Yeah. I hear you.
I honestly, the more I think about Medford Metalfest, the more of I think how one of a kind it is, because it's like we're just like in an alleyway. But what's awesome about being in that alleyway is that like the acoustics work in our favor, And if you're at the end of an alleyway, you hear a boom of the sound. The very first band to ever play Medford Metalfest in 2022 was Phenom, and they were the opener of the very first Medford Metalfest. And the destruction that they upon Southern Oregon, because Phenom is one of my favorite bands in the Valley.
I love Phenom,
and honestly, I think they're one of the best bands on the West Coast. They are so damn good. I love Phenom. But yeah, they were the very first band to ever play it, and it was during the Pear Blossom Parade, because so the Pear Blossom Parade ended at noon, and our festival started at noon. So all the sidewalks were completely, you know how like they shut down.
Yeah, totally.
All the sidewalks are full, and then all of a sudden you hear Phenom. You just hear Hank's double kicks throughout the valley, and I'm just like, if people are just like, and what's cool about it is that it was like straight out of a music video, where people were like looking over, like, what is that? Like here in downtown, you just hear Phenom, down. And then you start hearing Bert's like gutturals and just gnarly vocals, and everybody's just like, what the hell? And it felt like just like such a music video, like just like one of those like Slayer old school music video, people coming up to the fences like, huh? Like, what is that? And yeah, it's really cool, man. So, really cool.
Phenom's a rad band. I love them.
Yeah, me too.
And good people.
Yeah.
I had them in the studio, and they're nice. They're down to earth, just really cool people. And then you listen to the music and like, damn.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite bands. They played Hollow Fest as well, and they're so good, man. One of my favorite bands. But yeah, those are our line of sponsors, and we should be getting more. They won't be on the flyer. Want to talk a little bit about the bands?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I got facts about all these bands. So one of the things we do at this festival is we don't repeat rosters, and I don't plan to until maybe the 10th one. Yeah, and some of my friends would be like, "Omar, you're gonna run out of bands." I'm like, "No, I'm not." No, there's
so many bands.
And you know why I love doing this? Is that it gives me the opportunity to give everyone opportunity. You know what I mean? And it gives me like the opportunity to be like I can give opportunity to people I've never met. You know what I mean? Because like I always have friends that I know, people that I could always bring on, but it'd be cool to bring my idea was to bring a festival where the opportunity was open to everyone to have a shot. Because if we get to the 10th one, then that means there'd been over 100 bands that got on the festival. And right now after this festival and Hollow Fest, it's 46 different bands. And what's awesome about our scene is that there's so many local bands that are starting up. Right now, with we normally put on 6 to 8 locals. Right now, I already know 6 fresh locals that are going to be on next year's Medford Metalfest. And it's sweet because like my goal is to have every single local band play on this show.
So, who all is on the list for this year?
Yeah, of course. So we have Embers Through the Fog, super rad guys. They're kind of like groove metal meets like southern like southern
progressive.
Yeah, progressive, and like they have like some clutch in them. These guys are amazing. I'm really close friends with Noah and Andrew. They're actually my bandmates in my new band. But the reason I even started talking to them was when I saw them live. I was like, these guys are just such a breath of fresh air, and they're destroyers of the stage, and super stoked. And they're going to be opening the festival. So
right on.
Yeah, so huge shout out to those guys. We have the boys in Disincorporated. I love Disincorporated. I actually played shows with these guys for like the last 7 years when they were in their older band. But now Disincorporated is super brutal, like death metal, I would say. Hellacious, just in mean vocals by David Lynch. He's a monster. Eric is a beast of a drummer, one of my favorite drummers in the Valley. Just all around, just the Wilson team, the son and father. They're just such a great band. and super stoked to have them on. So like right off the bat, we have some groove, progressive, and we have some death metal, and then we have the Mandala Effect. So the Mandala Effect, super awesome boys. They play like deathcore mixed with death metal, mixed with metalcore. They're out of Grants Pass. So we got Embers Through the Fog from Medford, Disincorporated from Grants Pass, and then we have the Mandela Effect from Grants Pass as well. So these guys bring the energy. Super awesome cats. They're gonna make you headbang. So super stoked to have them. This band, they're very new, but they are on fire. I'm really proud of these guys. Mere Fear, and Mere Fear is like almost like hardcore new wave mixed with like deathcore, and they just got done playing Rockefeller, and they are bringing such crowds because they have such energy, man. And
I've seen them; they're good.
Yeah, and
I like it,
and I'm super proud of them because I love seeing bands push themselves to want to succeed. You know what I mean? And because when bands do that, it just promotes our valley. And it's just and I'm just super happy that they've been playing a lot of all ages shows at the Rockefeller, and they're just killing it. And huge. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to talk about Rockefeller after this because we love those guys. I love you, Shane. If you're watching this, Shane runs Rockefeller with Mike, the sound guy. Mike Toolshed, love you too, brother. The next band we have on, which is our fifth local. I call this one of our wild cards, and every festival will have a wild card, and our wild card this year is Another Anthem, and Another Anthem is like heavy pop punk, and these guys are so awesome. They make me smile. I don't know because I'm a biased pop punk lover, but they get their crowd singing. I go out to their shows. Everybody in the crowd knows their words. And they're just such great guys, and they've been playing in the Valley for over a decade, so, super happy to have them on. They always bring a crowd. They're always just so much fun, and they're going to make you jump and smile,
right?
Yeah. So they're definitely this year's wild card. This next band, huge shout out to them. I believe you've had them on your show as well. The Hollow Bodies. So
I've had Silas on. I've had Jason Brown on, both from the Hollow Bodies.
Yeah. Rock and roll, rockabilly. Silas has, Silas.
Punk rocky.
Oh yeah. The Baddest the Bad was my ringtone for like 3 years. It legit. I think it's still. When Silas calls me, I believe the song still comes on. Baddest of the Bad is one of my favorite songs.
I play that song on my radio.
Oh yeah,
show.
I
love it.
And then the solo. Oh, it's so sick. And then also Silas is like
Silas has got such great energy on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that is in the Valley, I'm sure, has seen Silas play a number of times.
I think he's a legend.
Brings it.
Yeah, he's a legend in our Valley, dude. I've known Silas for years now, and he's definitely a brother to me. But the Hollow Bodies, you guys kind of love them. They bring the energy, they bring the mean, and
Shredder Kelly on that guitar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. Yeah, he's a beast. So
Nat on bass. The whole band, they're great.
They're cherry. So we have the Hollow Bodies. So now we start venturing outside our area, and the first out of area band that's going to be playing, it's going to be We Predict a Riot, and they're from Reno. Super stoked to have these guys. These guys play with a lot of regional acts in Reno and their surrounding areas. I would say they're like metalcore, but they've been around for maybe like for a while, man. I feel like they've been around since I started doing radio, because I remember getting like submissions for their music to get played when I first started doing radio. And huge shout out to Danny Harrington, the one who does all the booking for them, for reaching out to me. He's like, dude, I just got to get on somehow, And I was like, all right. I actually only had 13 bands, and then I fit them in, and I was like, all right, we'll do 14, because they're like, dude, we just got to get on, and I was like, all right. I sat there for a minute and did all my logistics, and I was like, okay, we can make it work. So they're the first outside band. The next, and they're from Reno, California. The next band, super stoked about them, of this next band. I actually just ordered a long sleeve of this band, Sunsphere. So Sunsphere, super heavy, deathcore, metalcore. I just recently interviewed them on the Metal Mixtape. Super great guys from Redding, California. Redding, California is like my second hometown, and they just released a new EP also. So go check out Sunsphere. These guys are just heavy, brutal. They're just right in your face, and they're gonna mess you up, man. They're gonna mess you up. They're really great. Next band we have is a band from Portland.
Write this down.
Yeah. Super amazing band. A band called Orthoris. And I've been friends with this band for a while. Sebastian Phoenix, one of my favorite lead singers in the Pacific Northwest. Orthoris, it's like...
So is that how you pronounce it? I've been wondering how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Orthoris. Yeah, I used to call them like Orthoris at one point, but yeah, it's Orthoris. It's O-T...
Orthoris or is it Orthoris? I don't know.
It's Orthoris.
I've heard you're the second person I've heard say it that way. So
okay. Well, I actually asked them because I've interviewed them on the show, and I was like, bro, I don't want to butcher your band name, and I forgot how I used to say it, but
well, I was wondering about it, and now I know. Orpheus. All right.
Yeah. So they're like kind of like traditional heavy metal mixed with like Hatebreed type of styles. They almost remind me of like Hatebreed meets Alice in Chains. Because they have Alice in Chains cleans, and then Hatebreed harsh.
Right on.
Yeah, because his clean vocals are very melodic. So Orthoris, super happy to have them coming down from Portland. The next band we have, they just played Rockefeller on Monday. A band called Drift Away, and Drift Away was the first band I ever announced, and they were actually the first band that was ever booked on this festival, and super stoked to have them. Drift Away from Portland, total deathcore, total just like traditional deathcore breakdowns. You're gonna go hard in the pit. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep everybody safe. Don't worry, everybody's gonna be safe in the pit. So because we are gonna have some heavy hitters.
We got mosh pit etiquette.
Yeah.
You got to remember your mosh pit etiquette. Someone goes down,
you pick them,
get them up.
Oh yeah.
Make sure they're safe. Once they're safe, mosh on.
Oh yeah. Next band, another Portland band, / Washington band. So actually, we did have 4 states. Honestly, I think Bury Your Burdens is Washington. Bury Your Burdens, dude. Super awesome band. They used to be a band called Within Sight, but they reformed as Bury Your Burdens. Total metalcore, clean vocals, harsh vocals. One of my favorite bands. They played at our studio in Grants Pass last year, and since then I was like, dude, I gotta figure out how to get you guys on the festival. So I'm stoked to have them. They're playing 4th to last, so you will see them at night crushing it. Our first co-headliner. This band was once again another super nice band because Anubis, they are melodic power metal. And they are the only, just like how another Anthem and the Hollow Bodies are, they're one of those bands that separate themselves from the whole pack. Because there's no other band on here that does melodic vocals and melodic shreds. So I'm really happy to have like a kind of like a traditional heavy metal band on here. Anubis, they're so good, man. And they reached out to me, and I was like, I told them, I was like, dude, I can't afford you guys. Yeah, so you're coming from Los Angeles. I was like, dude, we're not like some big fest. Like I don't have thousands of dollars because the gas alone from Los Angeles here was like $500 or more, and then so you're talking round trip $1,000, and then you're talking like, places to sleep, and then all the food, and then your mental health, and so they were super awesome, and they're like, Omar, we just got to get on. I was like, okay, we figured it out. So we have our first band from Los Angeles.
Right on.
playing. So which is super great because they've been promoting the festival, so now like our festival is becoming on the map over there. So huge shout out to Anubis.
Well, your festival's on the map all over. Trust me.
It's coming.
It's there. I got lots of followers in the UK
Oh,
that
thank you, man.
are like that know all about it. I've got it's known
you.
about.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Next band we have on is Wastewalker. Wastewalker is probably the only technical death metal band on here. So if you like bands like Archfire and just like if you like death metal with crazy solos and intricate like mathematical breakdowns and orchestrations, like this is the band for you, dude. Because this band has this. One thing about technical death metal is that it's one of those type of bands where you have to be like technically really sound at every position. Because if you're having to follow up like all these intricate scales and sweeps and all these tapping patterns and all these mathematical drum orchestrations, like to be able to follow that like on a bass is gnarly. And Cam Rogers, the vocalist, is just a disgustingly badass vocalist. And it's insane because I'll see this guy do like Post Malone covers on his YouTube, and then he sounds like a monster singing. So Wastewalker from Sacramento, super stoked to have them be the second co-headliner, and these guys just they're so good, man. And I'm so happy about this festival. And last but not least, our headliner from Medford Metalfest, we have American Overdose. And American Overdose is just these guys are working so hard. These guys are playing Rockfest this year, and they're playing Milwaukee Metalfest this year. They're playing Jamie Joss's festival, which on their day the headliner is Slaughter to Prevail, and then they're playing Rockfest, and I believe I forget the headliner that day, but I know there's like bands like Jelly Roll and like other big huge artists, and also like they've also played like Ridge Rock, and they've played the Gathering of the Juggalos. Like, dude, like American Overdose, like they've have such a huge repertoire of like shows and things they've accomplished, like that I'm just like beyond honored to have them on. And when I saw them at Rivera Fest and also my old band played with them in Johnny B's, I was like, dude, like these guys crush on a massive stage, and also they have so many surprises. I've been talking to the lead singers and also the drummer and everybody in the band. Dude, they're gonna bring something crazy to the festival. Because I told them, dude, so Steak Sauce crushed Medford Metalfest 3, right?
Yeah,
and I sent them the videos, and I was like, dude, like, because I was like, if you guys want to match up to Medford Metalfest 3 or bring another element, like Steak Sauce and Mustache is one of those bands that you could hold up like on the top of a plateau and be like you want killer music, but you want like entertainment as well and energy. A huge shout out to Taylor Bates, one of my favorite musicians in the Valley. He's like one of the most loving guys ever, and he inspires me in a lot of ways. I still tell him to this day, we run into Winco, and I'm like, dude, you inspire me. People my age
great
inspire
photographer
me.
too.
Yeah, great photographer. And so there's going to be a lot of surprises. It's not just going to be a show with American Overdose. I can't say any surprises, but it's going to be such a crazy show, and the kids are going to eat it up. So a huge shout out to American Overdose to headline the festival. It's such an honor. So we have Embers Through the Fog, Disincorporated, Mirror Fear, The Mandela Effect, Another Anthem, The Hollow Bodies, We Predict the Riot, Orthoris, Sunsphere, Bury Your Burdens, Drift Away, Anubis, Wastewalker, and American Overdose.
That's going to be a badass lineup.
Yeah, so
that is a badass.
We have our tickets on sale now at Eventbrite. So it's 30 day of show. Eventbrite, you still have to pay. It's $25, but you still pay the little fees. But if you order it pre-sale, I think it's like $1.50 less. So hey, $1.50. You ever been broke? And you ever wanted $1.50 when you were broke?
I want $1.50.
See, back in our day, $1.50 can get you a 64-ounce pop and a cheeseburger dog. Nowadays, in certain places, you can still get a 64-ounce soda. You know,
Maybe if you're fucking lucky.
It won't get you a double big gulp though. You have to go to like a Circle K or like a Mom and Pops. But yeah, our tickets are on sale. It's all ages, and also kids 5 and under are free.
Nice.
Yeah, so you got, but also if you're gonna bring your kids, we are gonna provide earplugs, but for little kids, I would say bring like the sound canceling headphones, because we want to protect our children. I know, I have a 4-year-old and it does get really loud in there, so protect your kids' ears. And especially if you're bringing infants or just toddlers, bring that ear protection because it's going to get pretty gnarly, And I don't know how many pairs we're going to have, but I know we'll be providing earbuds for, and we'll be having them at the gate. So if you feel like you need them, we'll have them there for free for you.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, so it's going to be April 20th. Starts at noon, ends at 10 p.m. 100% ends at 10. That's what our city permit gives us. And and like I said, this takes a team. So huge shout outs to the co-owners with me of this festival, Britt Dawn and Trent Beck. They're also like my best friends and my brother and sister, and I love them with all my heart. And I could not have like a better like core team than them, because when we talk about the festival, we're just all hugs and love and big smiles, and I'm just so excited that we all share the same dream to bring a cool event, and our dream, by like the 10th one is, or even earlier, is to be renting out the expo, and that's our dream, and it will happen. It's just when. It's just when.
Well, I can't wait.
Yeah,
that'd be a nice one.
Medford Metalfest 10 from the expo. Well, I mean, dude, we're a star. I didn't think we'd do. I mean, it was a dream to do 1, and now to be at 4, I already have ideas for 5. So it's pretty cool, man.
It's gonna be a fun one, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah. My day at Medford Metalfest starts at 7 in the morning. So for me, it's a 17-hour day, because we end about. I go home about 1. So yeah, 16-hour day for me.
That'll be.
But it's worth it.
That's a lot.
It's worth it when I get to go home and put my feet up, and I'm just like, I see the smiles of everybody enjoying themselves. I'm just like that's what living's about, man. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like I mean, you can buy materials that make, I support anything that makes you happy, but I think when you make others happy, it's such a high.
Oh, I hear you.
You know what I mean? So it's just, and it's my favorite high in the world, and yeah, I'm so happy.
Being entertainment in any form is kind of nice and rewarding whenever people actually are enjoying what you're putting out, what you're doing.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, man, and I just can't wait till like 10 years from now when I'm still doing this, and then my son will be out there like rock and roll, and I hope one day that I can give it all to my kid, because when I want to retire, like in my 50s, I'll be like, here you go, Kai, like Metal Mixtape's yours, my YouTube channel's yours, everything's yours. I'm going to the Bahamas. And I'm gonna go have a Mai Tai and have me a sushi roll or something, and watch the ocean.
Sushi, yeah.
Oh, I love sushi. You know what? Can't sushi sounds good for dinner tonight. I think I might get sushi. Well, you know what? I've been on a diet lately, and all I've been eating 7 days a week are chicken salads. But the thing is, I'll buy a big thing of chicken breast, and then I'll marinate it different every day. And then I have like a huge.
I like chicken salad.
Oh yeah,
that sushi shit's gotta go. Oh, God.
What don't you like about sushi? By the way, we were talking earlier, and I told them that I didn't like root beer.
Well, I mean, I like root
Why do you like root beer?
Because I like the taste. No, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great. One of the things, oh yeah, cool. We are on. One of the things that I wanted to shout out before we end the interview is Rockefeller. Rockefeller, huge shout out Shane and Mike, dude. That venue has been such a beautiful thing for this valley. Like me and my and by the way, before I get more into Rockefeller, Derek McCoy, he's been a huge staple in this scene. This guy is one of the most lovable guys that I know, and he's been bringing in like the hardcore scene to Southern Oregon, and also just inspiring so many people. And he's going to be our MC this year for Medford Metalfest. So he's going to be on stage introducing all the bands, talking about all the sponsors. So a huge shout out. We just had breakfast today, and a huge shout out to Derek McCoy. But Rockefeller, man, I am so proud of our scene right now. Our scene is kicking so much tail, and I love Southern Oregon so much, man. To have like Johnny V's, like the Rockefeller, and then the Sound Lounge, like just here and our little Oregon, just like just, oh man, I'm just so happy for our scene, man. And to see so many kids at live shows nowadays, you know, it's like it's a beautiful thing, you know.
Well, it's definitely the scene has roller coastered throughout the years. You know, like I said, since I was 16 years old here in the valley doing it, and I've seen it really strong and it die out and really strong, but it seems like it's going strong again, so that's good. We got to keep that up.
Hey, you know what?
Keep it up.
It's never dying again.
Go to shows, support local bands and businesses and anybody doing what you love.
Dude, I love our town so much, dude. I love this place. I grew up in Phoenix, dude. I love, my family opened our first restaurant here, Las Margaritas, back in the day, and now my family owns over 20 restaurants. Like, this is like, I don't want to move anywhere. People have told me, like, you know, why don't you move to like a bigger city and do something over in another city? Where I was like, why not grow a garden where there's fresh grass, and not grow a garden where there's been hundreds of gardens before? You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You know, so for me, it's like, you know, me and a lot of my friends that do stuff in this town, and I have a lot of promoter friends in different genres, you know, whether it be comedy or like bluegrass or hip hop, you know, or folk. It's like we all have the same idea that, like, dude, we have so much talent here and such an amazing community that why not here instead? Why not Medford? Why not the Valley? Why not Southern Oregon? You know, and when I talk about Medford, I'm also talking about Central Point, Eagle Point, Rogue River. You know what I mean? Ashland, Talent, Phoenix. You know, I'm talking about all of us, dude. You know, why not?
Right? I hear you.
Why not? You shout out Rockefeller. Great venue.
Rockefeller's cool. I like what they're doing with, you know, the education of music as well. They loan out instruments, right, to people who can't, you know, don't have instruments. You can go in and check out an instrument like a book.
Yep.
That's rad. That's something that every town needs, I think, pretty much, you know. There's a lot of people that don't have access, that want to start, you know, learning music, that want to start doing that stuff, that don't have access to it, whatever their case may be, the reason being behind that, you know. And we need more people, more venues that do that stuff. I mean, to loan out instruments to kids that don't have them, or adults, you know, anybody, you know, and I just think that's rad. And they let you go in and let you play their instruments. They have people that are knowledgeable about different things in there and then they have live shows for all ages.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Oh yeah, and they're doing comedy shows. They're doing all sorts of shows now. It's rad. I love our town.
It's a good thing.
I love living here, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, every town has the their downs, but I really like our ups. Because everywhere you move is going to be different challenges, and here it's just like we're in a perfect spot. Portland's up there, the Bay Area is down there, Reno's right over here, the ocean's right over there. This place is awesome.
Stuff on all sides of us.
Dude, it's great. I love it. Like honestly, like living in Southern Oregon is almost like the perfect spot to go touring because you're like, where do you want to go? Like I couldn't imagine like you lived in Washington and you wanted to go to LA and you're like, damn, that's 2 days of driving.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a day for us, but I like LA, man. They have good taco trucks.
I like tacos.
Yep.
Tacos good.
Oh yeah. I haven't had a taco in like 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been eating chicken salads, eggs and chicken salads.
That will never happen for me.
I think
I have tacos at least once every 3 days.
You inspired me to get sushi tonight. So your hatred inspired me. You know what's crazy? Your hatred inspired love.
Oh, damn it. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You know how many people I've had me, you just haven't tried sushi from the right place or the right kind of sushi. And like every place I've tried sushi and every kind of sushi I've tried has been ugh.
Yeah. No, I dig it, man. Yeah, so yeah, I'm super excited, everybody. Medford Metalfest, it's all ages. April 20th from noon to 10 p.m.
14 bands.
14 bands, 2 stages, vendors. We're even going to have like those people that do like the fake tattoos for kids.
We're going to have tacos.
We're trying to be tacos, so yeah. So we'll have tacos. We're going to have food for kids too. So, and we're going to have merch from all the bands, all sorts of cool vendors. Selling all sorts of cool things. I think we have a vendor selling plants, just like houseplants. Hey, houseplants are metal.
I have some of my sunglasses available.
Yeah, dude, those are sick, dude. I'm gonna have to get me a pair. Those are awesome. So yeah, come support community. Have an awesome time with all of us. It's gonna be an experience and be a part of history because we ain't going anywhere.
Right on.
Yeah, sure.
Well, hopefully you guys got all that. Right?
Cowabunga dudes.
Yeah, right. Well, Omar, we appreciate you. And, yeah, Medford Metalfest is gonna be a fun one. So, everybody come on out. Medford Metalfest, April 20th, Johnny B's in the alley.
You won't miss it. You're gonna hear music.
Yeah, you'll definitely not.
No one in around that area is gonna miss anything.
That's probably true. All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Adios, everybody.
Peace out.
Dab it out.
Myself.